Welcome back to Garden Guru. If your yard feels messy, random, or harder to fix than it should be, but you do not want to start over, this video is for you. Let's get into it. A lot of messy yards do not actually need a full redesign. They do not need to be ripped out, they do not need a total restart, and they definitely do not always need more plants. Usually, they need a few smarter fixes in the right places. So in this video, I'm counting down the best ways to start fixing a messy yard without starting over. Oh, and stick around because near the end, I'll give you a simple first fix test to help you decide what part of your yard you should improve first. Okay, let's start with number 7. Number 7, clean up the edges first. One of the fastest ways to make a yard look messy is weak edges. This is one of those things people often underestimate because it can seem small. But if the line between lawn and bed feels blurry, inconsistent, or like it is slowly dissolving, the whole yard starts to feel less intentional. Even if the plants are healthy, even if the bed itself is not that bad, even if the space technically has structure. Weak edges soften the whole design in the wrong way. That is why edge cleanup is often one of the best first fixes, because it gives the eye a clearer sense of where things begin and end. This is bed. This is lawn. This is path. This is planted area. That kind of clarity instantly helps the space feel more under control. And the nice thing about this fix is that it often does not require a redesign at all. You are not replacing everything, you are just strengthening the lines that already exist. A messy yard often starts looking better when the edges start looking clearer. So if you do not know where to begin, this is one of the smartest places to look first. Number 6, simplify scattered plant groupings. A lot of messy yards have one thing in common: too many little pockets of planting. A small cluster here, a tiny bed there, a few flowers somewhere else, a couple of shrubs in another spot, then another little moment added later. And individually, none of those things may be terrible, but together they often make the whole yard feel noisy. This is especially common in yards that were improved gradually over time. One little upgrade at a time can feel practical, but visually it can leave the space feeling scattered. And that is where simplification starts to help. You usually do not need to remove every plant, but you may need to stop treating every little grouping like it deserves to be its own destination. Often, fewer, stronger groupings work much better than lots of tiny ones. That gives the yard more visual weight, more calm, more clarity. So instead of asking, "What else can I add here?" a better question is, which of these groupings are actually helping, and which are just adding noise? Because a messy yard usually feels better when the planting starts acting like a few stronger ideas instead of lots of little separate decisions. Hey guys, real quick, I wanted to let you know about a free flower bed clarity guide I created for you. If you go to the link below, you can download it for free and hopefully get a little more clarity with your flower bed planting. It's 100% free, and I'll be creating more in the near future for you as well. It's all part of my mission to help us all keep learning, keep growing, and keep getting our hands dirty. I hope it helps. As always, thanks for watching, and now back to the video. Number 5, repeat what's already working. One of the easiest ways to calm down a messy yard is to repeat the parts that already look right. This is such a useful fix because it does not require a total redo. You are not reinventing the whole landscape, you are just paying attention to what is already helping the space. Maybe there is one shrub that feels solid and appropriate. Maybe one grass looks good where it is. Maybe one flower color works better than the others. Maybe one plant grouping already feels more intentional than everything around it. That is where repetition becomes powerful. When something good repeats, the yard starts to feel more connected. The eye starts to recognize a pattern. And once the eye sees a pattern, the space feels less random and less messy. This is one of the reasons messy yards often improve without adding much more. Sometimes the answer is not new. Sometimes the answer is more consistent. What can repeat? What already works? What feels like it belongs? Because a yard often starts looking better when the strongest idea shows up more than once. That repetition helps tie the yard together without forcing you to start from scratch. Number 4, Strengthen one area instead of tweaking everything. This is a big one. When a yard feels messy, people often react by trying to improve everything at once. A few changes in the front, a little cleanup on the side, something added in the back, another tweak near the patio, a couple of little fixes scattered everywhere. And that usually feels productive in the moment, but visually, it often keeps the whole yard feeling unresolved. Because no single area gets strong enough to really shift the space. This is why one of the smartest ways to fix a messy yard is to strengthen one area first. Not because the rest of the yard does not matter, but because one stronger area can start creating order for the rest of the space. That might mean one bed gets clearer structure, one entry area gets stronger planting, one patio edge gets better definition, one corner finally gets simplified and anchored. That focused improvement often does more than 10 tiny changes all over the property. Because a yard feels better when at least one area starts to feel clearly intentional. And once one part gets stronger, it becomes easier to understand what the rest of the yard needs too. A messy yard usually gets calmer faster when one area leads instead of every area asking for equal attention. Number 3. Remove or reduce the weakest distractions. Sometimes a yard does not look messy because it lacks things. Sometimes it looks messy because a few weaker things are getting in the way. This could be awkward pots, random little decorations, one-off plants that do not belong, a couple of small accents that create visual clutter, or little leftovers from older ideas that never got integrated well. These are the kinds of things people often leave in place because they do not seem like a big deal. But a messy yard is often the result of accumulated small distractions. And that is why editing matters. You do not always need to add more. Sometimes you need to remove the things that are weakening what is already there. This is especially true when a yard already has some decent structure underneath. A couple of distracting elements can make a perfectly fixable yard feel much messier than it really is. So one of the best first fixes is to ask, what in this yard is not helping? Not what is dying, not what is hardest to maintain. What is visually distracting without really improving the space? Because once the weakest distractions are reduced, the better parts of the yard usually have a chance to read more clearly. And that alone can make the whole space feel more pulled together. Number 2. Create one clearer focal point. A messy yard often has a restless feeling to it. The eye moves around. Nothing really settles. Nothing feels like the point. That is one of the biggest reasons a space can feel messy, even when the yard is healthy and fairly full. There is no place for the eye to land. That is where a focal point helps. And it does not have to be dramatic. It could be one stronger planting bed, a small ornamental tree, a more defined entry zone, a better patio edge, one shrub grouping with more presence, or one area that simply feels more grounded than the rest. The goal is not to create a big showpiece. The goal is to give the yard some orientation. Because once the eye knows where to go first, the rest of the space usually starts to feel calmer. A focal point is especially helpful in messy yards because it creates hierarchy. It tells the eye, start here, and that can change how the whole yard is experienced. So if the space feels scattered or restless, one of the best fixes is often not more detail. It is one clearer place for the eye to land. Number 1. Stop treating the whole yard equally. This is the master mistake, because it is often the reason the yard still feels messy even after effort has gone into it. A lot of homeowners treat every part of the yard like it should matter the same amount. Every corner gets a little attention. Every edge gets a little something. Every bed gets its own moment. Every zone gets equal visual weight. And the result is usually not balance, it is competition. Nothing leads, nothing supports, nothing steps back. Nothing gives the yard a clear order of importance. That is why the yard keeps feeling messy, because a good yard usually does not ask every part of the landscape to do the same job. Some areas lead. Some areas support. Some areas stay quieter. Some areas do not need much at all. That hierarchy is what gives a yard calm. And once that hierarchy starts to exist, the space usually becomes much easier to improve without starting over. Because now you know what matters most, what should be stronger, what can stay simpler, and what may not need attention right now at all. A messy yard often does not need a total reset. It needs a clearer sense of priority. That is why this is the biggest fix of all. Because once the yard stops trying to make everything equally important, it usually starts feeling much more intentional. So if your yard feels messy, but you do not want to start over, here is a good order to check things in. Are the edges clear enough? Are there too many small, scattered plant groupings? Is there anything already working that could be repeated? Would one stronger area help more than lots of little tweaks? Are there weak distractions you could reduce or remove? Does the yard have any real focal point? And most importantly, is the whole yard being treated like every part matters equally? Those questions matter because they shift your thinking away from what do I need to redo and toward a much more useful question. What would make this yard feel calmer and clearer first? That is usually where the real improvement begins. And here is that simple first fix test I mentioned at the beginning. If you are not sure where to start, ask yourself these 3 questions. 1. What feels messiest first? 2. What part of the yard gets seen the most? 3. What one change would calm the space down fastest? That is the test. Because the best first fix is usually not the biggest fix. It is the one that gives the yard the clearest improvement right away. And once that first area starts looking better, the rest of the yard often gets much easier to understand. Well, there you have it. I hope this helped you feel more confident about how to start fixing a messy yard without starting over. Don't forget to download my free Flower Bed Clarity Guide at the link below. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep getting your hands dirty. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to Garden Guru, and I'll see you in the next one.